Welcome back, it's Mrs. Maths Ireland here, and we are looking at calculus again, and in particular increasing and decreasing functions. So let's put the most important piece of information down first. When we differentiate, or when we find dy dx or f dash of x, what are you actually finding? You're finding the slope of a tangent to the curve. We cannot find the slope of a curve, so we have to do this. We stop at one point, we draw a tangent, we get the slope of that tangent, and that helps us to measure the rate of change. As you can see here, I am drawing a little quadratic graph, and I am drawing two different tangents on that graph. When you read a graph, you actually read from left to right, like you're reading a sentence on a page. So as I'm moving from left to right across that graph, I see tangent 1 and I notice that I'm actually going downwards. So that slope of that tangent is negative. And when I move over to tangent 2, I notice I'm going upwards, which means that tangent is positive. So what information does this give us? Well, when our curve is decreasing, we have a negative slope and our dy dx is less than 0, which is tangent 1. When we have a curve that is increasing, we have a positive slope. Our dy dx is greater than 0, just like tangent 2. This is a really quick example where we are given the function 4x minus 3x squared, and we're asked to give the x values for which it's increasing. Very, very quick process. You find dy dx, you let it greater than 0, you solve that equation. In this case, we find x is less than 2/3. And the reason we have a different inequality sign is because we divide it across by -6. And we know that this function is increasing for any function of x when x is less than 2/3. Let's look at a second example. So in this example here, we have another quadratic. We have x squared minus x minus 6, and we're asked for when it's decreasing. We now know that decreasing means that dy dx is less than 0. So we differentiate, we let that function less than 0, and we solve for it. And we get that x is less than 1/2. Third example, we have a cubic. So we have x cubed plus 6x squared minus 2. Again, is it decreasing? Well, we know that means dy dx is less than 0. What are you going to do? You're going to differentiate that cubic. You get 3x squared plus 12. You're going to let that less than 0. And you end up with a quadratic. You're going to solve it. And just to make sure that your interval is correct, you're just going to do a quick sketch to remind yourself of what a cubic looks like. And you're going to write down your interval. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about these videos, and I'll see you in the next one.